to Fantasy NBA Tonight Live, a hoop-ball.com presentation. I'm your host, Vince Miracle, and normally I do this Friday show by myself, but guess what, guys? He is making his YouTube.com debut for hoop-ball.com. It's the one, the only, the man behind the scenes as well. Ahmad, what's going on, buddy?
It's going great. I'm excited to be here. How's your day going?
Well, let me tell you, I'm currently waiting to see. This is gonna sound so bad, but I'm currently waiting to see some of these guys in this Portland Kings game start heating up a little bit. Damian Lillard started doing it. He started off kind of slow, but I need them to start picking it up because I am currently losing in FanDuel. And I don't know if you know this, Aaron, but I'm a big FanDuel addict. 1, 2, I've been winning almost every single day this year. I've only probably lost on FanDuel, which is just ridiculous. And today was just a bad day. The reason why it's a bad day, by the way, the ref that was in Boston, and we might get to that in a couple minutes. Okay. But yeah. How's your day though? How's your day? How's your Friday been? Did you think you were going to be spending it with me on YouTube?
I really didn't. I sent you out a feeler email, feeler text this morning, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to talk to Vince today. And here I am.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just send me a text.
It was surprisingly easy, actually. Just let anyone do this.
Yeah, you just gotta send me a text. As you see me spill on my lip. Yeah, well, I want to remind everyone that this is Fantasy NBA Tonight. This is a hoop-ball.com presentation. This is actually our final free show to the public here on this show. I'm going to wait till the very end once we start answering a lot of these fan questions and reveal our winner from today's contest. I do have our winner. I actually have him pulled up right now. It is a him. That is a hint to those who retweeted the show earlier today on Fantasy NBA Today with myself, Dan Besbris, and the one and only Aaron Brewski. That was such a hilarious show. Such an insightful show, such a fun show. So you guys better go check that out after you watch this one. But what we like to do here on Fantasy NBA Tonight is answer all of your fantasy basketball questions. Now, how do you get your questions answered live here on the show? Very simple. Go down in the live chat, type in your question, pops up on my screen. I'm monitoring the chat board very closely, and Aaron and I will answer it as best as we can. That hopefully helps you win your league here on Fantasy NBA Tonight. And hey, while you're down there doing that, do us a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button so that we know that you like this show. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button to the YouTube channel so you can, 1, send us some love, and 2, it shows support to the YouTube channel. All right, Aaron, there's been a lot of games tonight, and let me turn this down before you start hearing it. But I'll start off with the number one game. We're going to go in chronological order. I don't know why I said that slow. Of mainly watching the Kings versus Portland here on the left-hand side. But it was a big one, and I think we should start off with that one, mainly due to the fact that the Sixers finally got their first win on the season. But I'm going to let you decide. Do you want to start off with Philly, or do you want to start off with Indiana?
Let's break down the Sixers. It's a great night for them. It's a huge night for the city of Philadelphia.
Oh, no, I agree. This is going to need a sip real quick. Fantasy NBA Today, or Fantasy NBA Tonight, sponsored by energy drinks. Vince needs
all
them.
The energy drinks.
Not
a specific energy drink. All of them.
All of them. I need them. All right, we're starting off with Philly, as requested by the one and only Aaron Ahmad in his season debut as a hoop baller on YouTube. We start off with Robert Covington, who played 40 minutes in an inefficient but across the stat board type of line. He played 40 minutes, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block on a disgusting 3 of 13 shooting, but he did go 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He knocked down 2 3-pointers. Best part, though, 0 turnovers in this game. Dario Saric played 28 minutes. He had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Did a little bit of everything for you guys, while also being very efficient on 3 of 6 shooting, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 1 of 2 from 3-point range. That's right. He gave you a 3-pointer, but he did turn over the ball 4 times. So he's better for an 8-cat league on this line, but still, it was a good to watch. Joel Embiid sealed the deal in the overtime with those 2 clutch free throws. He played 25 minutes over his 24-minute cap. Played 25 minutes, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block on 6 of 18 shooting. Not an efficient night for Joel Embiid, but he was 12 of 14 from the free throw line. Very nice. He also gave you a 3-point shot. He did turn the ball over, though, 5 times. his passing ability really isn't there. Every time he has the ball, his mindset is just to score. He's kind of reminding me of a young but more offensively gifted Hassan Whiteside right now. So I'm really excited to see when his minutes are going to start increasing. I believe that's going to be after the February All-Star break. Gerald Henderson started as shooting guard, played 29 minutes at 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and a block on 5 of 12 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and he also had 2 turnovers. Sergio Rodriguez played 33 minutes as the starting point guard for this team. He had 7 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists, no defensive stats to his name, 3 of 7 from the field. He did not get to the free throw line. He did knock down a 3-point shot, but he also had 4 turnovers. The player who played the most minutes off the bench, Ersan Ilyasova, he had 14 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block on 4 of 6 shooting, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and 3 of 5 from three-point range while also not turning over the basketball. I actually lied to you, Aaron. I'm sorry I lied to you. I did not mean to. Rashawn Holmes actually played the most minutes off the bench by 14 seconds, and he actually scored 8 points. Mm-hmm. 1 steal and a block. I think the Ersan line is a little bit more to note, but you hear a stat line like this. What are some of the big standouts to you?
Ilyasova had a great game. Joel Embiid as well. Joel Embiid can – I mean, that guy does it all right now, right? He has 3 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, making for 7 rebounds total for the night. The turnovers, he's got to cut those down. When it comes to his plus or minus was pretty good as well, 4. And really just making some clutch shots down the stretch, and that's when it counts, right? Make clutch shots, you're going to get more minutes. And if you keep going – and if he keeps on getting more minutes, he's going to keep on performing.
Yeah, I cannot wait till they remove that restriction on his minutes. He's going to be such a fun player to watch. And you guys know who've watched me since the beginning, I did not hop on the Joel Embiid train at all. I was very hesitant to get on that train. He just looked like he was going to be an injury-prone player. I didn't really know what to expect, but he has blown my mind. And again, on that train, I'm sorry, I bought a ticket like 2 weeks back, and now I'm on. This guy is going to be amazing, and I can't wait to see. Honestly, everyone's talking about Nerlens Noel being traded, but I really think Nerlens Noel next to a Joel Embiid would actually be a really good fit instead of a Jahlil Okafor. But we'll see how that big man position,
especially if Joel Embiid's offensive game continues to grow.
Exactly. But again, you brought up another player that I want to talk about, and that's Ersan Ilyasova. Over his last 5 games, this guy has been carving out a role for this team. 13 points, 4.6 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and get this, 2.4 3-pointers per game. That's good for late round value in your standard leagues. That's someone, if you need 3-pointers, you need a little bit of rebounding, right around 5 rebounds, but the points are going to be there. He's also going to be a guy who can secretly give you a steal and a block in a game. He's not averaging a steal or a block. He's a little bit under it right now, but since moving to Philly, I really didn't think he was going to have a role. I thought this was going to be a guy that they're going to waive. I did not think he was going to be a part of this Philly team, but he's came in there. The thing that's drawing me a question mark, though, is it seems like Brett Brown is giving them a minute split between Dario Saric and Ersan Ilyasova. Again, Saric played 28 minutes tonight. Ilyasova played 24. What are you seeing playing out between the two? And of the two, which one do you like more?
I'm sorry, I missed that last part. What was the question again?
Who do you like more, Ersan Ilyasova or Dario Saric?
Right now. Of course. Right now, Ersan Ilyasova just gives you more because he just has more NBA experience. He's been around the block a little bit. Dario Saric, I like what I've seen so far from him. He's giving you a great stat line. But at the end of the day, I like to get a little bit more solid numbers out of my people, so I prefer Ersan Ilyasova. And speaking about the Philadelphia 76ers, I also noticed one great stat line on here that I kind of overlooked the first time, and I can't believe I overlooked this, but Nick Stauskas went 5 for 7 from the field today, shooting 71%. He's starting to look like an NBA player.
What made him look like an NBA player is one of these crosses that he did. He went from left to right, or no, from right to left, back to the right, up and under, foul, and one. I was like, what? And then on the next play, he knocked down a 3-point shot. He's coming off the bench. They're hoping for him to turn out to be something. And over his last couple games, every time I turn it on, I see Sauce Castillo doing something special, and they're actually putting him on the point guard at times, which is really weird. I don't see that being a consistent thing for him, but hey, we'll see what happens moving forward. All right, Aaron, we're actually going to move to the chat board here because it looks like it is starting to fill up a little bit, and it starts with David Rumpler saying, "Evening, gentlemen." He just says evening, but I added the gentleman. Why not? F. Cruz Tuba Monarco says, "Would you accept a Drew Holiday, Al Horford, and Winslow for KD? I could drop Joe Cool, and maybe John Lure." I don't know who John Cool is or Joe Cool is.
I don't know who that is either.
Who's Joe Cool? I'm lost there.
Yeah,
Over
I don't
my
know.
head.
Put that in the NBA database. Maybe someone comes up. NBA nickname
Joe
database.
Cool. I'm trying to think. Who could be Joe Cool? Is that
Joe?
Joe Johnson? Joe. I'm gonna guess Joe Johnson because he was scoring. So
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, Al Horford, and Justice Winslow for KD has been the number 2
I
best
mean,
player in fantasy right
yep.
now. So he's been amazing. I don't think I can give that up, even with Al Horford and Drew Holiday. Both of those guys are injured. I love the upside of Winslow, but
Mhm.
I just don't think I can accept it. KD just gives you too much across the board stats that those guys would give you, but really you're just adding more guys to fill in what KD does. So I would actually deny that trade. Alan Fang asks, John Lure or Justin Hamilton, 12-team head-to-head?
I would say Josh Hamilton right now.
Josh Hamilton right now. That's actually not a bad choice. I mean, with Justin Hamilton, the upside is going to be there just because of the fact that there's going to be nights where Brook Lopez rests.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Joe Cool is Joe Johnson. Thank
Okay.
you. See,
That's a good guess. That's a
no
great
matter
guess.
what, so no matter what, I still say no, just because of the reason that I laid out. Drew Holiday, Al Horford, and Winslow, they're nice. Horford, a Holiday, a little bit of injury risk, and then Winslow, he's going to be inefficient all year long. Hopefully, it improves to right around 41%, but it's just not going to be there. But back to the question, John Lure has been playing great off the Pistons bench, but again, he's coming off the bench. His minutes are going to be up and down, although he's been seeing consistent minutes in the rotation. Tonight, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. That's not going to be that great. If you want the upside, I think you definitely roll with Justin Hamilton in a 12-team head-to-head, just because he's going to give you top 115. Top 120 value, which is just fine to have, especially at the end of your bench, because he's also going to have the upside to maybe crack into the top 100, which would be nice to see. Maybe getting that 100th ranked spot, but he can score. He can shoot the 3 ball a little bit, which I don't know why he does it, but he can do it. And he also blocks some shots. So I think you're right. I think Justin Hamilton has to be the guy you're looking at in those certain situations if you're choosing between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Gwender said, Jahal asked another question, says, I own Robert Covington, but I find myself frustrated with the constant up and downs. I received an offer for him, Jay Crowder. Do I take it? Head-to-head, 12-team, 9-cat. Can I answer this one?
Yeah. I want to see what
Take
you
it,
say.
run as fast as you can. Take it, run as fast as you freaking can. If you got offered that trade, take it and run
right now.
Don't even look back. You take it, you run, you don't look back. Whoever offered it to you, you can send them a gift or something and say, thank you. I just stole this guy from you for Robert Covington. That's all I have to say.
Like,
That's
don't turn this off, but go do that right now. Leave this open on the side and go accept that right now.
I've been doing this for a lot of shows because of the mannequin challenge, whatever. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for you and pause. All right. So hopefully you accepted it. Hopefully you came back, and hopefully you hit that thumbs up button. JJax 1417 and a 9-cat head-to-head. Should I trade Kemba and Aaron Gordon for CJ McCollum and Jay Crowder? Really good question. My team has plenty of assists, and I know it's way too early, but CJ has a 5-game week. Has a 5-game week in the playoffs.
I mean, if you already have enough assists, I'd say you can probably make that move because Jay Crowder will give you a little bit more stats. For I like to call him a stat stuffer because he can give you just a little bit of everything. Yeah, so I think you could take that. I think if you have enough assists, you could take that.
I'm looking up the stats on Aaron Gordon right now because if you're getting Jay Crowder and CJ McCollum, I think it beats out Aaron Gordon. But Aaron Gordon has this good rest of season outlook right now. I mean, the 1.5 steals and almost a block a game. Best player in the I'm going to say no. Best player in this deal is Kemba Walker, so I'm going to stick with Kemba and Aaron Gordon over CJ McCollum and Jay Crowder. So no, I would not do that deal. I'd stick with Kemba and Aaron Gordon. I know the knee would scare you guys a little bit, and CJ McCollum is going to have a nice role, but the defensive stats that Kemba Walker gives you, this guy is such a lethal asset to his team. I looked into it. Jay Crowder is going to be a nice one, but Aaron Gordon brings you those defensive stats as well. So I'm going to say no. I stick with Kemba and Aaron Gordon. R4D1CAL. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. I told you that. Hey guys, which do you guys think will have best rest of season value? Gary Harris, Josh Richardson, or Michael Kidd Gilchrist? 12-team head to head. This is a really good question.
Yeah.
Josh Richardson, I love him, but I think He's nice. I think Gary Harris wins it though. I think it's pretty easy just because he's going to bring you the threes and the defensive stats and the points. He's going to play such a key role for Denver as long as he can stay healthy. And MKG, he's so injury prone. I mean, he's already missing, I believe, back soreness. And I love Josh Richardson, but Gary Harris just brings. I'm going to go to Gary Harris. What about you, Aaron?
I'm gonna say Josh Richardson on here. Actually, I'm gonna disagree with you. I think Josh Richardson I just like his game a little bit more. I think he's gonna stick around a little bit longer. And that's just the way I feel about that one. And I definitely agree with you. I don't think that Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is a good decision. I think that he's too injury prone as well.
Let's see here. Yeah, I was going to look up the stats, but I just don't think it works. I can see the reason why for Josh Richardson. I just have Gary Harris. I just think he's going to be more of a vital offensive option. Although if I can even talk today, let me take a sip.
Cheers to that.
A viable offensive option for the Denver Nuggets. Gwendolyn, Gerwinder. I'm terrible with names. I'm so sorry. How do you project Ricky Rubio's season going forward this year? I'm going to put the word forward. High ceiling? Question mark. I asked this as a Chris Dunn hasn't really taken advantage of the opportunity available with Rubio. Thibodeau rely more on Rubio? Question mark.
I'm going to say Chris Dunn's a rookie. You got to give him a little bit of time to adjust here. He didn't come in here thinking he was going to be the starting point guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He came in expecting a bench role, and that's not what happened, obviously. I think that he's gonna grow into this role. He's going to get better. I also have Chris Dunn on my fantasy team, so I have to say that I really do believe he's going to grow into this role. Ricky Rubio, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves were in conversations to trade him, and I believe if he gets traded, he can have high value towards the end of the season. But I think he's definitely a player who he gives you a lot. So the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think Chris Dunn, if he starts to click a little bit here, you're going to have like a Dak Prescott, Tony Romo situation almost, where you might just want to give it to the young guy and then maybe move Rubio and let him develop with the rest of your young core.
Rubio was putting up fourth round value last season. So, I mean, that's something you have to consider. He's a guy who's putting up 10 points. The efficiency isn't there shooting-wise, but 2.5 steals all over. I believe it was 2 times per game. I think maybe it could have even been less than that if I remember correctly, or maybe just a little bit more. I can't remember off the complete top of my head right now. But he's a guy who plays basketball, and the defense is why they're wanting him there. But you're right. The looming trade rumors are what's hurting his value right now for a rest of season outlook. Speaking of Ricky Rubio and the fact that the Sacramento Kings are playing right now, that's the team that's been linked to Ricky Rubio and having the most interest in him are the Sacramento Kings and a Ricky Rubio deal. So that would be interesting if that is to happen. But I don't think you're going to be relying on Chris Dunn until Rubio is moved. And even with him being there, I am not high on a guy like Chris Dunn. He has not been playing well, you're right, in his time filling in for Ricky Rubio. Yes, the steals have been nice, but he's not shooting the ball. He's not cracking double digits in scoring. And he's not getting as many steals as people were hoping he would on a consistent basis. So you can blame that to rookie woes, and I'm completely okay with saying that. But going forward, I think you're going to see the same old Ricky Rubio as long as he can stay healthy. JJax147 asks once again, lastly, how do you value Embiid's rest of season? Obviously a crazy ceiling. Should I try to trade Brook and maybe a throw in for him, Brook Lopez, and maybe a throw in for Joel Embiid?
I don't think they would take that.
I mean, if you can do that,
yeah.
That would be if you can do that deal. If Brook Lopez by itself, that'd be amazing. I think you're going to have to maybe throw in somebody else because the upside is crazy. As soon as they release that minutes restriction, I mean, I'm very excited to see what Embiid's rest of season outlook is going to be. Honestly, it's so high that you really don't know. I think the turnovers are going to be there entirely, but as you can see, he's knocking down 3-point shots. He's knocking down free throws. He's scoring the basketball. They're giving him the ball on almost every possession. Now, when he becomes a full-time starter and is getting 28 to 30 minutes a night, maybe that changes. But as of right now, every time they come up the floor, the Sixers are looking to give him the ball. And I think that's going to be an interesting thing to see. So if you can put together a deal with Brook Lopez, first off, you have to wait till he's hot like he is right now. So now would probably be the best time. And you have to hope that owner doesn't realize that this is just you selling high on Brook Lopez. But definitely try it. I mean, the worst they're going to say is no, right? Or you insult them and you just lost your chance at Embiid. But hey, go ahead, throw one out there. Gerwinder asked another question. Last one. DeMar DeRozan has been incredible. Nothing I could have projected when drafting him, but looking at his production realistically, he has to come down to earth. But then he continues to post. huge stat lines. I really want to sell high while I can, maybe for a second or third round value or second mid-level players. What do you think? Okay, this is to basically put this question in a hole. Are you buying into the hype of DeMar DeRozan this year, or is this just early season like wow?
I do not buy the hype. I think that DeMar DeRozan is going to come back down to earth. I mean, DeMar DeRozan is DeMar DeRozan. We know who DeMar DeRozan is. He's always been like kind of like he gets lost up there in Toronto a little bit. He is a good player, but he's not like a tier 1 player. I would say if you can get like really good value for him right now, I would say you take any deal you can, because here's the thing: you want to sell, you sell high. You don't want, because if you hold on to him, the biggest risk you have right now is holding on to him for too long, and then his value starts to dip.
I'm looking up where he's actually currently ranked right now in 9-cat leagues, and I believe from Gerwinder, you did say you are in a 9-cat 12-team head-to-head league right now. And he is currently putting up second-round value in itself. He's not a guy who's going to knock down three-point shots, but he's getting to the free throw line 10 times a game. I think that's going to continue to moving forward. He's taken a huge step forward in his career. Is this maybe a sell high moment? Because at some point he has to miss, but this guy's averaging 34 points per game. He's already putting up second-round value. So what second-round player are you trying to go after, I guess, is the real question. Again, I think DeMar. I guess you can call me buying into it, because I think DeMar DeRozan is going to be fantastic all season long. But I understand the reason why you would want to look into to possibly be buying high on a guy like DeMar DeRozan, just because he is putting up second-round value. And when you did draft him, you probably drafted him in the late third, early fourth round, and mainly due to the fact that he's not really a defensive player. He doesn't get you a lot of defensive stats, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what you're getting with DeMar DeRozan. As of right now, he's averaging 1.3 steals per game. That's really helping out his value. He is turning the ball over 2.9 times, but he's shooting 53% from the field. At some point, that has to come down. I think that's what has to come down, and that's really what you're selling right now. So, yeah, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to try and sell high, but I'm buying the hype. I'm on the hype train with DeMar DeRozan. I love when they did it earlier today. DeRozan with the Diagger. Nice. I don't know.
DeRagger.
I'm a cheesy guy though. You've known me for a little while now, Aaron. You can tell I'm kind of cheesy.
You're not cheesy, not you, so. Not at all.
No. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the love. I'm looking over at the score here, and mainly because of the fact that Dan H. It says Dame Time, and that's his team name in the Fantrax League. And well, it is Dame Time because it's 104-101 with Damian Lillard going to the free throw line. By the way, Portland is winning. It is a good one down in Portland right now. Hopefully this translates into me winning some money on FanDuel, because as of right now, I was losing, and I was relying heavily on guys like CJ McCollum, Boogie Cousins, and Damian Lillard on this one. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. Who are your favorite trade targets right now in 9-cat? What major stats regressions in either direction do you see rest of season? Favorite trade targets in 9-cat. I think Jokic is one. I think that's a perfect buy low moment for a guy like Nikola Jokic. I think you can definitely buy low on him. I think Al Horford is a good buy low guy right now because of the injury and the concussion that he's going through. I think Trevor Ariza is a good buy low guy, because he hasn't been playing fantastic, but he's going to play such a huge role for that team moving forward.
And I think I might just go back on what I even said just a little bit ago, but if Ricky Rubio gets moved to the Kings, he might be a good buy low target right now. Because if he gets moved to the Kings, he's going to be this. I would say he slots in as the starter, and he starts putting in those assists to Boogie. He gets his stats like he normally does. Doesn't have to shoot as much, so maybe he shoots a higher percentage. Maybe that's a buy low candidate, but you're betting on him obviously getting traded.
Another buy low candidate I think that's available right now, maybe not after today's game, was Nick Batum, and the other was going to be Kent Bazemore. I think those wings are going to play huge dividends, and you can buy low on them right now. So those are some guys. Stat regressions, I think you're going to see a lot of field goal percentages start coming down. A lot of players are averaging like 30 points per game. I think you're going to see that come down. Oh, another great player that I think you can buy low on right now, because I don't think they're going to be able to move him because of his contract, is Goran Dragic, who just went down with an ankle injury. I think he's a good buy low target. So those are just some names. As of regression, I think you're going to see a lot of points come down. And I also see that you said, by the way, sorry for asking so many questions. Don't be sorry. This is what this show is for. We are here to answer all of your fantasy basketball questions. So no matter the size of your league or what type of league you're in, we are here and we are ready to help you win those leagues by answering all of your fantasy basketball questions. This would be a good time, Aaron, to once again pause the show to remind everyone that this is Fantasy NBA Tonight, and this is a hoop-ball.com presentation with 13 seconds left in the game right now. Boogie Cousins tries to draw a foul, and he just tied the game with 9.7 left. I'm so sorry, but this is day time. A very fun and entertaining game, and I need OT. So I'm closely watching this Portland and Sacramento game. It's 106-106. I can't take my eyes off the screen. Boogie hits a three-point shot to get it down by 2. They get the rebound. They go to the other end, and he just charges through Mason Plumlee and says, "Who is Mason Plumlee?" and ties the game up at 106 with 9.7 left on the clock. It's been a fun one. Are you ready for your next question so I can stop talking for a minute?
I mean, we could just get distracted by this Kings game here in Portland.
That's true, but you know what? I want to watch it, and I want to take a drink of my drink, and I want you to talk because I think I've been talking the entire time. Shane Mahan, entire time. Just see what sorry. Shane Mahan, Justin Hamilton or Rolo rest of season if you're already guaranteed in blocks with Rolo, but still very competitive without him.
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that question.
If you're Justin Hamilton or Robin Lopez rest of season, if you're guaranteed blocks with Rolo, but still very competitive without him. So you're very competitive without the blocks from Robin Lopez,
but you okay? So you want those to put you over
Justin Hamilton? Right. I'm gonna go with Justin Hamilton just for rest of season. I think his minutes are gonna be there. I think Brook Lopez is getting moved, and I don't trust the health of Brook Lopez, so I think Justin Hamilton's gonna fit right in as a starter. And the minutes that are being distributed right now in Chicago really draw question marks, like the Taj Gibson and Mirotic lineup that they continue to roll out. So I'm gonna lean slightly toward Justin Hamilton, but I think it could be a coin flip as of right now, and what's gonna happen with Robin Lopez in Chicago, and if he'll consistently get minutes. But Hamilton or Robin Lopez.
I'm gonna say Justin Hamilton as well for pretty much the exact same reasons you said. I just don't trust Robin Lopez's health right now. I don't know if he has his role is established in Chicago, and you can tell you're getting a little distracted by the game. Is there?
What? No, I'm not distracted at all. Here, I'm going to do my very first play before Damian Lillard, crisscross, applesauce, 3.
Overtime.
That is exactly what I needed.
That's exactly
what I needed, guys. Only because this is the funny thing. Damian Lillard, only 15% owned. CJ McCollum, 13% owned. Boogie Cousins, 11% owned. I need these stats. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. I have only lost 4 times. Not wanted to make number 5 today. I know I'm supposed to take some L's every once in a while, but look at this. I'm 6 points away from winning money today. I'm 6 points away from making my money back today. And making my money back is winning. Making more than my money is winning. If you lose money is when you lose. Sorry, that's the rule for me on FanDuel. Here we go. Sorry. I got a little distracted there. I apologize. This is what happens on a Friday edition of Fantasy.
What happens when you're live?
NBA, and this is what happens when you're like, what a great answer.
Yep. What? It's like I was made for this.
It was like it was like there was a reason why you made your season debut today here on Fantasy NBA Tonight. Show me the money. Oh, actually, it's show me the more. But hey, still good enough. Well, Morey, your question is this: would you trade Whiteside and McCollum for Towns and Hood? Yes.
I mean, if is that an offer for you? Like the last guy we told us, like go do that right now.
Would I do that trade? Like, were you offered Towns and Hood?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm offered Towns and Hood, yes, except.
I mean, CJ McCollum's a nice player. Hassan Whiteside right now in 9-cat leagues is the number 12 best player, and you know that's only going to go up. Hassan Whiteside right now is currently putting up 3rd round value on the season. CJ McCollum is putting up. I'm literally looking it up right now. CJ McCollum is putting up. Where is it here? Because I want to give you guys the actual numbers. That is not He's also putting. So you're giving up 2 third-round values for a first-round value. And who was the other player in that trade? Rodney Hood. So Karl Anthony Towns, who's putting up first-round value, and then you're also getting Rodney Hood, who has been putting up. As I'm looking, is the game back on? Just to get conversation going and moving here. So you're getting a first and a fifth for 2/3. If that's a deal that's offered to you, if you can get a first-round player, you always choose the best player available. He says that trade has been offered to him. So yes, I think you take that deal. You always want to get a first-round pick. I think Whiteside's going to put up second-round value. CJ McCollum, I think is exactly where he's going to end the season, which is in that third or fourth round. But I think Hood is going to be a 5th-round guy, and you get a first. And getting a first-round player who can score, shoot 3-pointers, shoot good from the free throw line, doesn't turn the basketball over that much. Towns is going to move up and not just be the number 12. He's going to be a top 5 fantasy player this year. So if you can get a top 5 plus a 5th-round pick, I think that's just an amazing get. So yes, he's accepting it now. Thanks. You are very welcome. Guess what? When you win, show me the money. Is that easy? No? Sorry, I'm out of it, man. I need to get some sleep. By the way, I'm off tomorrow and Sunday. I have my baby shower, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Ooh, congratulations!
Thank you, baby boy. Coming in January. If you guys want to, send me some love on Twitter.
Should we submit names?
Yeah, I actually have the name. I already have the name. I think I announced it earlier. Like during the offseason, I announced the name of what my son is going to be. I'm getting distracted because I'm trying to see what's going to happen. This game is buying some time. But yeah, send me some love on Twitter. His name's going to be Isaiah Miracle. Just hashtag it Isaiah Miracle all on Saturday from 2 o'clock to whenever. See if we can get it trending. Let's see here. Next question comes from and it's a 14-team head-to-head. If you can get a first-round pick and a 14-team head-to-head, that just makes it even better. That makes it even a sweeter deal. Go accept that right now. By the way, sorry for asking so many questions. Jay Jackson, like I'm saying, don't even be sorry. We love the questions. Grinder, I promised last one. LOL. Don't promise me it's the last one. I want more questions from you. I promised last one. LOL. Al Horford has been a trade target for me for a while. I think I can buy lower right now. You definitely can. I think he needs some time to get used to Boston's system, though. What do you think? I think he is a big part of Boston's system already. I don't think there's anything for him to be acclimated to at all. I think he's just been off to a slow start. What about you? Do you think there's going to be a transitional period with now him being injured and him off to a slow start that work his way back in?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's going to be able. I think he's going to return back to his all-star level form. He just needs some time to settle in. So yeah, if you can get him now, buy low because at the end of the day, the Celtics are a team, but they're really built around Al Horford as he is their star player. Although they do have Isaiah Thomas as well, but Isaiah Thomas does a good job of getting him the ball.
Yeah, no, I think what you're saying is that they miss Jay Crowder. What he was doing for that team during the preseason was no fluke. I think you just see him getting off to a slow start right now. They've gone up against some very formidable opponents. Al Horford's going to be a very, very nice play rest of season. This is a perfect time to buy low on a guy like Al Horford. The only thing is that I mean, if they don't know that, they should know that. And if you can get a guy who doesn't know that, then, I mean, that's a perfect deal for you. But, yeah, I think this is the perfect time to buy low on a guy who is going to be able to put up second-round value this year. He's going to be able to do it. He's done his whole – I believe he even did it last season with next to Paul Millsap. And he's going to be that number 2 guy. Or maybe you can consider him number 3, but what he does across the board as a big man, even with the defensive numbers, like you just can't find that anywhere else unless you drafted it in the early rounds. He brings you early round value. So, yeah, if you can go buy low on him, I think now would be the perfect time to do so. Dan H., choose between the 2 tomorrow. Nurkic or Jokic? Who you got? If question, Aaron. Nurkic or Jokic? I think the question is who's Denver playing. I think that's a better question.
Yeah, that'd be a good answer. I mean, that'd be a good question.
Let's find out. I'm about to let you know right now because guess what? I have Jokic on like almost every single one of my teams. Jokic tomorrow, Saturday, November 12th, is going up against the Detroit Pistons. Who are you choosing between the 2? Nurkic against Andre Drummond or Jokic against Tobias Harris and Andre Drummond? If you can only choose one or both, I mean, I think I'm choosing Jokic, to be honest with you. I think Jokic just has the. I'm gonna tell you this. I've been doing something that you guys, a lot of DFS owners aren't gonna like to hear, or they are. Is I always look for the player that's not gonna be chosen a lot. So I'm gonna go with Jokic. I win almost every single one of my lineups tomorrow, just because he's probably gonna be like 5% owned,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about in tournament leagues, and then the upside is there. So I'm choosing Jokic over
Yeah, that
Nurkic.
makes sense. Yeah, I actually agree with that.
Okay, we move down here. Show me the more. He says this port sat game though. Trust me, I know.
Trust
No.
me, yeah.
Movie dude, is tonight's Alfred Payton line a fluke or a scary sign of things to come? That's a great question.
Alfred Payton.
Let me. We've been answering so many fantasy basketball questions today, movie dude. First off, thank you for joining us. That I haven't had the time to actually go down the Peyton line from today. He had 1 of 5 shooting, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, and a block. No, I think what you're seeing for the entire season is something that you can expect. 11 points, maybe that goes down a little bit. 11.6 points, 2.9 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.6 blocks on 2 turnovers. He's shooting a putrid 41% while also shooting a disgusting 68.4% from the free throw line. I think those are numbers that you can really expect. I don't think you're expecting a 2.3 rebound type of game from a guy like Alfred Payton. But yeah, he's just not. I've stamped him with someone else's headache over the offseason, and I continue to do so today.
Yeah, I think he's a good source of assists, but that's about it, really. If you want, he's going to drag down your field goal percentage, and he's going to drag down your free throw percentage, and you don't really need that at the point guard position.
He's going to do both those things while also not giving you any 3-pointers, and it's 115, 114 after a Boogie Cousins block. Seth Curry or Michael Kidd Gilchrist?
I mean, Michael Kidd Gilchrist has a higher ceiling, I would say. He's just more injury prone.
Yeah, I'm going with Kill Gilchrist all day, every day. He's bringing the defensive stats. His minutes are going to be there. And what is that? Is that a 3-point shot from CJ McCollum? 117, 115. This game is never going to end. Oh, my goodness. This is just a high-scoring game, though. Loving it. 3 points. And guess what, guys? Winning. Just wanted to say that out there. Shane Mahan, please tell me that Jokic will finish this year with at least 4th-round value. I think so. I think he'll finish above that, actually. I think this is the perfect time to buy low on a guy like Jokic. I'm not freaking out at all.
I really like his game as well, yeah.
Show me the more. He's back. Says, I in need of blocks since I've traded Whiteside. Is Bebe Nogueira a good pickup? In a 14-team league, yeah, I think he could be a nice little sneaky pickup. Again, there's going to be a lot of guys. I think Sabonis in a 14-team league, I think that's someone you want to look at. I mean, if you're losing in blocks, you're picking up a lot with Karl Anthony. I mean, Karl Anthony Towns block shots. I think you could find other pieces around that where blocks become like a third option for you if you're ever trying to win it. Because yeah, you are giving up blocks with Whiteside, but you're getting some back as well with Karl Anthony Towns. It's not like he's a defensive sieve by any means. He's actually a really good defensive player, and he does block shots. So I'm not really worried about it too much. Anything there?
I don't know how much I'd add on that one. I think that you covered pretty much a 14-team league. That's where you're probably going to get blocked from someone like Sabonis, I would say, actually.
Next question. If I do go after Horford, how hard should I pursue him then? Can't talk. I got trade pieces like Dragic, Ryan Anderson, George Hill, Thad Young. I mean, I would do it. Honestly, I would do like a Ryan Anderson.
Thaddeus Young.
Yeah, I'm good with getting rid of Thad Young too. But I mean, Ryan Anderson, unless you absolutely need points and threes, I'd keep Ryan Anderson. But I think what you get without Horford is just fine. I would do like Thad Young. I think Dragic is a good piece. I think combo Ryan Anderson and Dragic for him. I think that's a fair deal. Or just see what you can do with. Or even, yeah, see, I really like Dragic, though. I love that rest of season outlook for Dragic. I think George Hill is going to play such a key role to that team. I'm going to go Ryan Anderson, Thad Young. Just get rid of your 2 bigs.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Because then you're going to make up for it.
Yeah. You have to get. I mean, if those are the pieces that you have, I'm getting rid of the 2 big guys. I'm going with Thad Young and Ryan Anderson for Horford. But throw some feelers out there. See what else you got. Maybe you can do like a Ryan Anderson because he's a big name. Everyone loves what he can do because he's a 3-point shooter and Houston's winning games right now. Maybe you could tag him with somebody else other than Dragic or George Hill. I don't know what else you have on your team, but I think that's a potential possibility. Anthony Davis has been phenomenal for me, but his team has been terrible. I'm worried that the Pelicans may lower his usage due to their terrible season and no hope for playoffs. Keep AD or trade him down the line, seeing how their team performs with Holiday back.
I think they're staring right in the face of a lost season. Anthony Davis is generally going to miss games anyway on his own, so you have to expect him to miss some games towards the end of the year here. I would say if you can actually, and they would definitely shut him down if the season becomes lost. I would say, especially with his injury plague past. So I would say it's a good move to try and get rid of him in a month or two here.
I don't know what just happened. Damian Lillard got called for a foul.
Yeah, I got kind of distracted at the end of that too. Right as you see him diving for the floor.
Oh, he looks frustrated. I don't know.
He's upset.
Is it? Oh, I think they think he got cleaned out, or yeah, they think he cleaned Darren Collison out. So it's Kings. Oh,
and then are they in bed?
Oh my! This is what happens on live shows. You get distracted by games that you have money on. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a big one. Are they going to the free throw line as well? Are they in the penalty?
I think so.
Is that Collison?
That's why he's extra upset.
Okay. Well, yeah, here we go. Move on to the next question here. Gurwinder. I think Anthony Davis is a great sell high piece, and you can get another first-round pick for him. I think this could be a time where you do Anthony Davis plus another piece, like a very small piece, and you can go get a guy like Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
I think because Anthony Davis is the number one player in fantasy right now, early going. But that injury history is scary, but the numbers are there to where if you can probably even do Anthony Davis, Karl-Anthony Towns straight up right now. And I think that would be a huge get because you're not losing much by getting Karl-Anthony Towns, but you are gaining a safer breath of air when you get Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by the game. I can't even keep a train of thought right now. This is Dame time. This is normally where you see that coming off a pin screen down low. Damian Lillard runs and just grabs it, catches, and shoots it with 33.8 seconds left. I'm sorry. It's a good one. Gwinder says he has Karl-Anthony Towns as well. Well, your team just won. So you can just stay put. You can have Anthony Davis and Karl-Anthony Towns. I need advice. Keep. You have Anthony Davis and Karl-Anthony Towns.
Who else? What are people doing in your league?
Yeah, you must be winning every single year, every single week. You have the two most phenomenal big men in the NBA.
What else you have now, like LeBron?
I mean, you can, if you want a point guard, trade Anthony Davis for Russell Westbrook. I think you could do that and be just fine too.
Probably even get James Harden.
Try that. Try Anthony Davis for James Harden. See if someone needs a center. Because I mean, if you have Anthony Davis,
point guard in the league, James Harden. I don't mean that.
If you have Karl-Anthony Towns on your team, you're don't make fun of James Harden. He's the number 5 best player in the league, and I picked him at number 5. And you got Chris Paul as well. You're a winning team. Stop it. You are literally trolling me with your team right now. Stop it. Okay. Dan H says, I wish my name was Miracle. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. Your Nugen is a good one too. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. Nugen, Nguyen, Nugen. Am I wrong? I don't know. I could be terribly wrong. Movie dude, has TJ Warren peaked? Is it crazy to try and package him and Dragic for a guy like Butler or Melo? If you can get TJ Warren and Goran Dragic for Jimmy Butler, I think that would be a huge get. I think TJ Warren, I don't know if he can sustain this all season long. I mean, no one had him on his radar. He went undrafted in a lot of leagues, even as the team starter, but he's been playing so well that this would be a perfect time to sell high in hopes that he just drops off at some point. But yeah, I mean, he's a team starter for a reason, and they called a foul. What? Myers Leonard is going to the free throw line. Oh my goodness. I wanted him to miss one. I don't want it to come down to the Kings because the Kings don't know how to finish.
No, yeah.
This is just I wanted to go into another overtime. That's what I want.
So what you need is a tie game with the Kings with the ball at the end, because they will not execute.
Yeah, I needed him to miss one, and the Kings going into another overtime because it would be amazing.
Rudy ISO?
Rudy Isa, yeah, he'll take a step back 3-pointer like he did against the Miami Heat. Next one comes from: Are you happy if you own all three of Winslow, Richardson, and Tyler Johnson on Miami? Yeah, you have nice young pieces, and
Mhm.
I'd have to double check with I believe Zane Denani made it, or maybe it was Riaz, or maybe it was Pandador. I can't really remember who made it, but they have a rest of season calendar of like what their schedules look like for going into the playoffs. So I think that's what you have to look at with Miami's playoff schedule. But I mean, yeah, I'm completely fine owning three players from the same exact team, especially those guys. You got defensive and defensive players and three pointers on your team with those three guys. I think you can even package two of them together, like Winslow and Johnson, and get a nice piece in return. So put some respect on Dame's name. Come on, refs. Dan. You know what, Dan? I agree. Dame Game is the man. 120-121. Portland leads.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Anthony Towns as well. I have Carl Anthony Towns read this. I need advice. Team. Rob Van Nistelrooy says, will Jokic finish higher than Klay Thompson and Kyrie by the end of this season? I think so. I mean, I'm so high on Jokic right now. The things that he does, he hasn't been turning over the basketball as much as people think that he has, like Nurkic has. I believe like there's games now he's been like getting 4 or 3 turnovers. Nurkic has. Jokic going to be like the stretch 4 guy instead of really being working as a passer. So I think that's going to be developed as the season progresses, and as soon as Kenneth Faried potentially gets moved. But again, I'm so high on Jokic that we have him ranked, and Brewski ranked him in the early rounds of drafts. So yeah, I think that. I mean, Klay Thompson. I mean, he's still the man, but Kyrie Irving is just a scorer. He's going to be resting in a lot of games. What are you doing? I'm sorry. I'm distracted. It's Rudy Gay. Mid-range jumper. He missed. Kings just can never, ever finish a game. They never know how to do it. Never, ever, ever. Never, ever, ever. Anyways, yeah, I think the possibility is there.
Sorry,
Show me the Maury. What's Kemba Walker's value for rest of season? I think he's at it. I think he's at it right now.
Mm-hmm. Kemba Walker, I think that's he's playing at exactly a level he's going to probably play at for the whole season with his ups and downs, but he's going to revert to this mean.
Gwendolyn, most of my trades I try to make before the season begins. I'm pretty aggressive. Works out usually. Well, put me in your league, because if I can have Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, and Chris Paul on the same team, that's 3 first-round picks. Good God.
Like, when did you pick him up? What rounds?
No, he says he's aggressive making trades.
Oh,
I mean, I just don't see any. I don't see what pieces you have to where you get Chris Paul, Karl Anthony Towns, and Anthony Davis on your team. Trade Anthony Davis for Russell Westbrook if you really want to get rid of Anthony Davis. That's my only suggestion. Or James Harden. 8-man, 9-cat. I have Teague, Lynn, Rubio, and Frazier. How would you value Drew Holiday compared to those guys? You drop Tim Frazier right now and you pick up Drew Holiday. That's how I compare him. You drop Jeremy Lin and you go get Drew Holiday right now. I say Tim Frazier because Frazier's going to take a huge hit as soon as Holiday returns. I still think Frazier's earned a role on this team. I think you've seen that, and they're going to bring along Holiday slowly. But he missed one. Kings still have a chance. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, man, I got distracted. I wasn't even looking anymore.
I know. I thought the Kings lost. Next question here. I want to trade him in that league. I'm feeling good and love his upside. If you're talking about Drew Holiday, you want to trade? I think you have to wait till he plays a couple of games right now before you get equal value back. Because, I mean, this guy can be a top 50 player. So you don't want to get rid of Drew Holiday. Any chance Dirk makes a comeback? Is expecting 16 and 6 numbers too much?
I say so at this point.
He has made progressions in his recovery, but I don't believe a timetable has been established yet on when he'll be able to return. They just want him to be healthy. I think he's going to be questionable leading into the Mavericks next game, starting next week. Actually, it will start being questionable into each game. But 16 and 6. I mean, yeah.
Do you think that they shut him down if like the Mavs season's lost by that point?
I just don't think it's going to be lost. I think Harrison Barnes has been playing too well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say comeback is going to be happening for sure. He's made progress, but I don't know if 16-6 is going to be reasonable for the rest of the season. But he's a big name, so put together some points, let him start averaging a good amount of points.
The offense, at least.
Yeah. Let's go into another overtime and help me win more money. I'm moving up the charts here. Would you trade DeRozan for Jay Crowder? Can DeRozan keep it up? I would not trade DeMar DeRozan for Jay. You keep.
No, you get better.
Keep
You can get better.
All right. What are you doing with 12 seconds left on the clock? That was a terrible decision. That was such a bad decision by DeMarcus Cousins. He just tried to draw a foul from 3-point range. God, I'm sorry. I get so distracted by the Kings' late game execution. It's not really that I care that much if they win or lose. It's just how they lose games. Like, there's 12 seconds left on the clock. You have Myers Leonard one-on-one, and you don't go after him like off the dribble at all.
What's your plus minus for Dave Yeager aneurysm?
Like what I go like over under on it happening tonight?
No, just this season. At what point does he trying to break the bad habits of this team?
It's going to happen all season long. I'm going to say it's going to happen like 60 times all season long. 60 out of the 82. It's going to happen almost every single day. I want to continue answering a lot of these questions. This has been a very fun and final edition, free edition of Fantasy NBA Tonight Live. It's been a lot of fun joining you guys. I want to say that so much fun joining every single one of you guys. I want to announce the winner at this point with 5 minutes left here on the show, and I will be reaching out to you if you were unable to watch it. But Junji Ruviarvar, and the Kings just lost the game. Ruviarvar, you are our winner. I want to thank you guys once again for all joining us here on Fantasy NBA Tonight. I see that there's a couple questions left, so Aaron, we're going to get to those quickly, and then we'll sign off here. Let's see. I got Chris Paul, Kemba, and Cantor for Paul and Ryan Anderson. For what Paul?
What Paul? Yeah, Paul George.
I guess so. Paul George, Ryan Anderson for Kemba and Cantor. And you already got Chris. I don't know. It's ridiculous. It's probably a 14 league if you have all those first rounders. Gerwinder. I agree. I drafted Karl Anthony Towns. They're just having a conversation with each other now. But okay, I know the season early, but is Oladipo just a score rest of season? It's looking like I'm honestly getting a little bit nervous, but I'm just so high on Oladipo that I just don't see how he doesn't get unleashed a little bit more and the ball goes into his hands. So when are you guys starting for the Kings, Vince? Oh, when am I starting for the Kings? Well, honestly, I should be. I'm a little as they giving me the nickname. I'm the rounder Seth Curry out here in Sacramento. I can knock down a shot. My handle is Okay. When should I be starting for the Kings? I should be starting for the Kings now because I wouldn't have taken a 3 with 11 seconds on the clock and then put myself in an even worse situation. But yeah, hey, that happened. Last question, Super Taco. DeRozan for Clay? No, I'd still stick with DeRozan. I think the points are going to be there. The consistency is going to be. I mean, people think DeRozan's going to take this huge drop off. I just don't think it's going to be there. He still is a 20 rest of season. I don't think the steals are going anywhere anytime soon. The rebounding numbers are fair. He gets to the free throw lines quite a bit. So, no. All right, show me the more. He says, last question, ... And I say, why not? Because it is the final show of our free editions here of Fantasy NBA Tonight first. So, for you guys to be able to watch it, you guys got to become a premium in-season member. And only for this last weekend is it $19.99. And if you use promo code Swish, you actually get 15% off on that package of $19.99. So go do it today because Monday it bumps up to $29.99, and yet that's still cheaper than all the big box sites. But last question, who's the better player, Harden or Westbrook? I'm going to go with Harden.
I think Harden's game is more sustainable over the course of a season. He gets to the free throw line at a more consistent basis, and I think Harden, the way that D'Antoni's running that offense right now, he's going to get that D'Antoni bump for the rest of the year.
In 9-cat leagues, James Harden is the number 5 best fantasy player right now, and in 9-cat leagues, Russell Westbrook is the 22nd, meaning that he's only putting up second-round value, even though his numbers have been spectacular. The turnovers kill you. The fact he's shooting 41% from the field kills you. He's a big popcorn number guy. He's a walking triple double. According to Mark Cuban, he's just a role player, but he's a superstar role player that you want to have on your team. He's going to make his way into first round value by the time the season is over. But as of right now, he's putting up second round value. And I think James Harden, I don't think he's going to get hurt anytime soon. He plays a very he's a very sturdy guy, as you can tell by his muscle size and the way he walks But he also gets to the free throw line quite a bit. So this guy's a really good basketball player. I got to go James Harden at the top. Has been our show. I want to thank you so very much for joining me on your season debut of Fantasy NBA Tonight Live. We got to get you back on here sooner rather than later. But for now, where can those fans find you online?
You can find me on my Twitter handle at AIRE126.
Follow him online, AIRE126 on Twitter. Follow me on all social media platforms. I'm at VM Center. Follow the site at Hoopball Tweets. Bookmark site, hoop-ball.com. Become a premium in-season member today by just clicking in the link below in the description. If you guys haven't done so already, please do us a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button so that we know that you guys enjoyed this show. Also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so that we do know that you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can keep up to date with all of the latest stuff that's going on to our channel. We have more shows coming out that will not be on the premium side, but it'll be great for you guys to watch, like team shows and things like that. A lot of things coming to the hoop-ball.com's YouTube channel. Subscribe to Hoop-Ball's Fantasy NBA Today on iTunes or any Google Play or wherever you guys listen to podcasts. Subscribe there. Leave us a rating. Dan Besbris will be with you guys on Monday on that show. I will actually be on the Fantasy NBA Today show, not the lineup show, with him and Aaron Brewski. But yeah, a lot of things going on. I want to thank every single one of you guys who joined us on this Friday night. I hope you guys all have a safe and amazing weekend. On Sunday, join Aaron Brewski for the final free waiver wire show. And that's it, Aaron. Any final thoughts before I hit the stop button?
Just thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun, and have a nice, safe, long weekend. If you had today off.
And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.